Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Afiq Daniel. My team and I have conducted a study to obtain information from students in SQQS1033 classes. The purpose of this study is to evaluate the students' attitude towards statistics. Our first objective is to describe the demographic of the students based on gender, race, hometown, admission qualification, CGPA, and family income. Now let's take a look at gender and race. This table of frequency shows the number of students divided into their respective gender and race. What we can say from the table is, overall, most of the students studying this course SQQS1033 is female at 68.7%. For female alone, Chinese is the most, studying this course at a record of 35%. And for male student, Chinese also has the highest percentage at 37.4%. Both female and Indian combined recorded the lowest percentage of students taking SQQS 1033 at 14.26%. Next, regarding the admission qualification. Obviously, either from the table or graph, STPM has the highest frequency. Slightly more than half of the total students studying this course, which is at 57.16%, had taken STPM before entering this university. STM and others look as if they have the same frequency, but a meager difference of 0.04% between these two makes those who are from others are the least accepted into this university.
Hi, my name is Tan Xiaojing. I will continue the rest of the part for Objective 1. I will talk about the gender with CGPA. From the block spot, we can know both female and male have the approximate equal value of median, which is 3.1, 4, 5, and 3.1. The upper quartile for male is greater than female, which is the CGPA for male is above 3.5 while the female is 3.5. So we can say that male achieve better CGPA than female. And the distribution of the box plot for the both genders show skewed to the left. Next, which is for salary income group. From this slide, we can know that the mean value for salary is RM6405.97 and the median value is RM6493.05 and the mode value is RM6606.07. We also can know the value of variance is RM757656.22 and the standard deviation is RM2752.56. So we can conclude that the data is approximate symmetric since the mean approximate median. The data has the kurtosis with negative value, so it is a praticutic. For the CGPA group, we can say that the mean for CGPA is 3.12, median is 3.18, and the mode for the CGPA is 3.34. It has a variance value 0.2744 and the standard deviation is 0.5238. Since mean smaller than median and smaller than mode, the skewness is negative 0.4156. We can say that the data is skewed to the left. For the following slide is about entrance qualification with CGPA. From the box plot, we can know 50% of diploma students can score 3.25 above and below. 50% of matrix students can score 3.2 above and below, and 50% of others qualification can score 2.25. Next, 50% of STAM students can score 2.4 above and below, and the last is 50% of SPPN students can score 3.30 above and below. So based on the entrance qualification box plot, students who have taken SPPN has the highest CGPA compared to the rest.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Hafiz. I will explain about Objective 2. Okay, now for Objective 2, we are identifying and interpreting the relationship between CGPA and all of this. Okay, as we know, the CGPA is a quantitative data while the subject such as SPM Math and other is qualitative data. So the best way to compare these two variables is by using scatter plot. First of all, relationship between CGPA and Math. The scatter plot for these two variables show linear correlation and there is no outlier. Besides that, the scatter plot shows a positive trend since it has positive slope. We can also see that the CGPA and SPM Math have weak correlation between each other. Next, for the relation between CGPA and SPM at Math, the scatter plot also shows linear correlation and there is also no outlier. It also have positive trend because the positive slope increases from left to the right. Lastly, it shows quite weak correlation between these two variables. While for the CGPA and SPM English, again, we can see that it has linear correlation but the correlation is strong. It also has no outlier. So the trend for these two variables is positive trend. Overall, we can say that CGPA and SPM Math also at Math has weak relationship between one another. Getting good grades for SPM Math and at Math doesn't mean they will achieve good CGPA. This is because those studying in SQS are not just taking subject involving calculation. Whereas for English, the higher grade they score for this subject, the higher CGPA they achieve because most of the subjects in university are being taught in English. Lastly, for CGPA and Math, it has a linear and weak correlation between each other. And as usual, there is no outlier. Besides that, it has positive trend because the positive slope increase from left to the right. So we can conclude that the higher the math result that you get doesn't mean you can score higher CGPA.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Daniel bin Muhammad Noor. Okay, now I'll be talking about the CGPA and total semester. As you can see here, the correlation is linear and there's no outlier. As we use Pearson correlation, this plot shows quite strong correlation among them. The trend for this is negative trend. In short, the longer the semester, the lower CGPA will you get achieved. Second, for the CGPA and total semester status, it is linear correlation and no outlier. It shows positive trend and weak relationship between CGPA and total SEM status. And what can I conclude here is, how long you study actually doesn't affect your CGPA because no matter how fast you complete your course, you still can get either high or low CGPA. Then, regarding CGPA and working status, the bar graph for the no has higher working status compared to yes bar graph. So I conclude more students who get higher CGPA has no work. This because higher CGPA students maybe continue their studies such as master and PhD. But for lower CGPA, they might work as they finish their study. Okay, for the CGPA and working sector, the box plot for private working sector is the highest one compared others. Graduates who score high CGPA prefer to work in private sector because they are offered higher salary. On the other hand, public sector job provide same amount of salary despite any CGPA scored achievement. This because they standardize their salary based on level academic qualification, not based on CGPA. Then, for the relationship between CGPA and type or level of work, we can see the bar graph for teacher and lecturer has the highest CGPA, while the lowest one is miscellaneous. This is because nowadays the study either in primary school or anywhere, the subject become more difficult. So the teacher and lecturer need to get higher in CGPA so that they can teach the high knowledge to the student. For CGPA and working experience, the scatter plot show it is linear correlation and also there's no outlier. Since it has constant slope, this proves that there is no trend, so it means the variable does not have relation. So the conclusion is, working experience does not affect the CGPA, and so do the CGPA does not affect working experience. As graduate or student that work part-time job just to get experience of work, and they got the work not based on their CGPA. Lastly, for CGPA and salary, the scatter plot shows that it is linear correlation and it has many outliers. As it is Pearson correlation, the trend is positive and quite weak relation between salary and CGPA. So I conclude that we can say that even you have higher CGPA, you will get higher amount of salary. Like I have said before, for example, working in government, the salary given is based on the level of academic qualification, not the CGPA you get.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Busharam bin Muhammad. Okay, now I will talk about the objective 3. We are identifying and interpreting the relationship between salary and gender total semester, working sector, type or level of work, and working experience. Firstly, the relationship between salary and gender. So, based on the box plot, we can see that both female and male have the same spreadness of data. The median of box plot male is higher than female. So I can conclude that these two variables has relationship among them. Next, the salary and total semester. Based on the scatter plot, it shows that it has linear correlation and there are a few outliers. As we use Pearson correlation, the trend is negative trend. It has quite strong relationship between these two variables. In short, the more semester you take, the less salary you will get because you will start working later than others. Then, salary and working sector. Based on the box plot, we can see that there is relationship between these two variables. Besides that, there are many outliers for own, public and private categories. Students that work on their own and for public sector have approximately semester distribution, while the private sector show that it is skewed to the left. For what we can see here, I can say that if we work by our own, we can get more salary because we are getting net pay. Let's see about the salary and type or level of work. We can see both of these two variables have relationship. For the box plot director, it shows the highest salary, meaning that working as director makes you having more salary compared to other jobs. For the teachers and director, we found that there are some outliers. Next, the executive level of work has the least consistency than the others, which is caused by the largest dispersion it have. Besides that, most of this level of work has approximately symmetry distribution. This means that if someone wants a huge amount of salary, they need to aim high and work as a director, but we must know the director get higher salary because they have to bear high risk than others. The final one, for the relationship between salary and working experience, the scatter plot shows the correlation is linear, and it also have many outliers. The trend for this lesson is positive trend. So the conclusion that I can make here is even though you have long working experience, doesn't mean you can get high salary. Thank you.